Hi guys, this is Alan. Today we're going to be looking at how to make one simple low poly tree. So what we're going to do first here is click on our star cube, press tab to go into edit mode, and then we're going to press M, and then we're going to merge, and we're going to merge all of these without clicking anything else, and that means it's selected all the vertexes or vertices, and then you hit at center and it will merge all of them down into this one vertex. Now we're going to press 1 to go into front view, and then from here we can press E to extrude this line. Okay, just like that, and then we can do another one, and we can do another one, and then we'll click on this vertex here and get another branch coming off, and we'll make another one just here, and then we'll make this one split off a couple of times as well. And try and keep them varied a little bit. If you keep them too similar in their movements, we've got to try and make them overlap, and maybe something like this. Try and keep different heights, different positions, different angles and stuff like that going. Okay, and then if we look in this view, it's not much of a tree yet. However, if we add a little variation here and give it a bit more depth, make it look like it's actually a real tree. I'm pretty sure I've never seen a tree look like this right now, but we'll get there. But it's low poly, so it's okay. It's meant to be kind of simple and I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Different. Okay, just try and add some variation here. There we go. Give it a bit of 3D feeling. There we go. Looks kind of cool like that. Then what we're going to do from here is we're going to go down here, a little wrench just here, and we're going to add a modifier. And the modifier we're going to add is skin. Now, that doesn't look like a tree yet, but it will, a little bit. A low poly tree. So I'm just going to press Shift Tab here so I can see all of the vertices on the top here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the top ends of this, and I'm going to hit Control A and scale these down. And I can press Shift Z again now and see what I'm doing. And then press Control A again, scale them down some more. If that's not working for you, like mine, press Control Z a couple of times, and then we can turn on proportional editing. Control A, and this can affect more of the tree. So basically we're making our tree chunkier at the base and not at the top. Go. Looks kind of like that. That looks kind of cool. In fact, I kind of want to add another one now. So what I can do for even from here is there is a vertex just under here. If I press Shift Z, you'll see it just there. I'm going to select that one and I'm going to extrude another one just like this. And then I can press Control A on that one and reduce how much of the area. By using your scroll wheel, you can change how much your proportional editing is affecting. So that's how you can affect. I can affect just up here if I want by changing that down to a smaller area. So we can just affect this one or two vertices up here. Press escape to back out of that for now. Okay, and then I'm going to click this vertex, adjust it around a little bit. Yeah, that looks kind of cool at the moment. And then from here, what we're going to do is going to press Shift A, and then we're going to add an icosphere. Now that's got way too many vertices for us. That is not what we're after. That's not what we're about. Also, what is it made there? That is not what I meant to make. Hang on. What is going on? Add icosphere, subdivisions. What is... Oh, I know what it's doing. So here's a good example of what not to do. Just here, I have added a icosphere into the tree and it's applying the skin modifier, which is breaking it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control Z out of that until I haven't put it. and then I'm going to tab out, and that makes me go back into object mode rather than edit mode. And if I add stuff in edit mode, it's going to act like it's part of this tree. So now I can add a mesh, add an icosphere, and it looks normal like it should. Good. So what we can do here is we can press G to move this around, S to scale it, and pop it on the end of our branch just there. And then from here, we can duplicate this. Just press Shift D, move it onto the next one, give it a little bigger scale perhaps. There we go. And Shift D again, add another one. Press G to line it up, look from different angles so it looks like it still works wherever you're looking from. We're going to make that a larger one. In fact, I'm going to make it a smaller one. Just keep it a little bit different. Rotate it round by pressing R and rotate it in any different direction you like. You can press R and then an axis, so you can press R and then Z to rotate it only from there. There we go. Add a couple more here. Okay, so now what we're going to do from here is we're going to jump into the sculpting tab, and what we can do is actually before we do that, we should, what would be useful for us is if we merge all these top kind of bushes of the trees into one thing, so we can edit them all in sculpting mode at the same time. So what we can do is we can press Control J, and this will join them all. And as you can see, they've all got the orange outline here, which means they are all highlighted at the same time. So now we'll jump into the sculpting tab, and what we can do now is we can turn on Dyn Topo, and this will help us keep a constant level of detail as we're sculpting. So what we're going to do is we're going to tick this, we're going to change the resolution to 1, and we will go for constant detail. Okay, and then using a draw brush, we can just paint little differences into all of our little bushes here. Whoa! No! Why did that one disappear? Hang on, let me try adding more detail. Try 2. And this may give it a bit more texture than the low poly we had initially. But it still works. Adds a bit of variety to the overall shape. It's kind of cool, I like that actually. And using this, we can just kind of paint in a little bit of difference so they're not all exactly the same icosphere that we dropped in at the start. You can change the brush size by pressing F, and this will scale it up or down as you move your mouse. And that will help add some variation. So I'm just going to try and move this around a little bit. Add some smaller details as well by changing the brush size. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, now we've added a little bit of variety to that. We can go back into layout mode, have a little look at what we've got here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a floor. So we'll just add a little plane, and we'll scale it. We'll scale it by, you scale by pressing S, and then you can just type 10, and that will scale it up by 10 times. There we go. That's all right. And we can go into render mode here, see what we've got just by pressing this viewport shading button just here. Okay, let's change this light. So you can change the lighting by highlighting or selecting the light. Come down here and you can change it to a sun. That is way too bright, so we're going to change that. It's on 1000 at the moment. I think we can try about 5, something like that. It'll look alright for now. And we can move that away a little bit, clicking on it and just pressing G to move it away from us a little bit. And we can change the angle of the sun by holding this little white bit, yellow dot just here. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add just a basic floor. Click on the plane here and go into material properties here. Click new, go to the base color, and we're just going to add a green here just to pretend it's sitting on a little plane of grass. And we can increase our roughness a little bit. Looks okay. Then what we want to do is give some color to our tree itself. So we're going to click on our trunk here. We're going to add another new material, and we can go to a brownish material, something like this. Okay, then we're just going to click this up arrow to apply this one. So this one's the top material, and that is kind of wood texture kind of added there, or tree trunk. I wouldn't really say wood texture. I think that's a bit higher when it's talking about low poly style. And then if we click one of these objects, add little bushes on the top and add another material, and we can just add a dark kind of, or mid kind of tone green here. There we go. Looks all okay. Nice. And again, increase the roughness a little bit. And there we go. We've got a low poly tree there. So what we're going to do now is add a little bit of variety to our plane just here. And what we can do is click on our plane, tab into edit mode, and then we will right click and subdivide. And as you can see, I had one subdivide already there before, but not you guys won't. So I put in around 10 cuts, and then you can click off this, and from this point, with proportional editing on, the shortcut is O, so to turn that on and off, you can click any of these points and just add and go around, click these vertexes, click off them when you're finished, and press G and give them a little bit of height and a little bit of depth to create just some little kind of hills around it, around our scene. And then using the mouse wheel, you can bring this up again, obviously, if you want to increase a larger kind of hill into the mix, and then bring a smaller little bit of hill down like that. There we go, just to add a bit of variety. And also from this point, what we can do is we can select both of these and we can join them as well. So now, oh, wait a second, do not join them. Okay, what we can do is duplicate them as they are. Let's not mess with them and do that again. And what we can do is we can move them around and rotate them on the Z-axis, and we can start to make a little bit of a scene for ourselves. And just adding them whatever you feel is interesting. That looks crazy on there. Oh well, I'm going to do it anyway. And you're pressing Shift D to duplicate them. I forgot to say that a second ago. There we go. There we go. So we've got the start of a little scene in Blender, and these are our low poly trees. Next, I'm thinking of making a low poly treasure chest, and we'll see how that goes. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you soon.